Hi friends and welcome. My name is Rebecca with LaughsewCreate. Do you have a wrist pincushion that is most uncomfortable and that kind of grabs at your wrist? I don't know about you guys, but I've tried this version, I've tried the plastic version, but they all seem to be really uncomfortable and, to be honest, a little lackluster. So today I'm going to show you how to toss that one to the birds. Not really the birds. Maybe you could give them to grandkids or your kids to play sew along with you. Today I'm going to show you how to make a flower wrist pincushion. They're both adorable to look at and most comfortable. So come along and I'll show you. For today's project, you'll need some fabric of your choosing, something to stuff the pincushion with, some filling. You can use polyfill, or if you have an old cushion laying around, you can use the filling from that. And this one, I actually used some fine steel wool that can help with sharpening pencils. With sharpening your pins. You'll need some sew-in Velcro, pins, thread, and just a plastic lid for tracing. This is about 4.5 inches. Scissors and snips, always useful. Some Loctite glue, or if you have a glue gun, you could probably use a glue gun. And in this version, I actually used a bracelet. They're like the band bracelets that you can kind of squeeze and tighten and make it fit to your wrist. So come along and let's get sewing. Okay, so grab your fabric of choice, plastic lid, and some scissors. What I'm gonna do first is cut out some of this floral fabric. I'm gonna just flip it over so you can see what I'm doing. And I've traced 5 circles. And next, cutting them out. Okay, so here are the 5 circles. Next, I'm going to cut one of the bee fabric to put in the middle. So using the same lid. Have you guys seen those ASMR sewing channels? So relaxing. You just listen to the sounds of scissors cutting, just different noises. This is a great way to get rid of some scraps of fabric if you have any. You're going to take each of the circles and press them in half and press them. Okay, so you should have 5 of the floral and 1 of the center. Grab some needles and some strong thread. Cut off a length of thread. Thread your needle, so double your thread and knot the end. Okay, I'm going to start with a bee panel, and you're going to baste all the way around the circle. Does not have to be precise. Okay, leave your thread attached. Gather, grab some of your filling, grab the steel wool. And this is going to help sharpen your pins. It makes a little bit of a mess. And insert some in what's going to be the center of your flower. Just sort of push it in. And you want it to be good and filled up so it'll be nice and taut. Just keep adding. And then just sort of give it a nice twisty motion. And this is why you want the strong thread, because when you're pulling, you want to make sure that it withstands you pulling on it. So maybe that'll be good. Go through with your needle. Keep stitching it shut. And then secure your thread, taking a stitch and passing your needle through the loop. I like to do it a couple of times. Is done. Okay, so next we're going to work on the 5 petals for the flower. grab some more thread. Okay, so here's the ice cream cone, and going to insert your needle on one of the corners and baste all the way across the arch. And then pull your thread so that you create gathers. And that creates a pretty petal shape. Now instead of tying off, do the next one. Keep going and creating all your petals. Okay, so I decided to add a 6th petal just because it made it look fuller. So then just pull and gather, and it's time to join the flower. So take a few stitches. And secure those 2 sides together. And my dog's snoring outside my door, which is kind of customary. Basically, the center is gonna sit on top of that flower like so. Tie it off. Okay, so just come up from the bottom and just start taking some stitches around, poking it back through and catching the petal on the way down, coming back up, and keep going all the way around. Okay, so here's the little flower that's completed with a little bee sitting on top. Okay, so once you have your flower done, look how cute this is. Makes me think of a lotus flower. It's time to do something about the bottom. You can grab some felt, and I'm gonna just trace out a circle. I'm gonna cut it out and then glue it to the bottom with some fabric glue. So take your piece of felt, and I'm going to attach some Velcro to it first by sewing it on. Sewed on a piece of Velcro, and now I'm going to take the flower that I put glue on. There, and that gives it a nice tidy bottom. And now I am just going around with a little blanket stitch securing the edges. Take a little bit of Velcro and glue one of the sides to the bracelet, and then sew on the other side of the Velcro to the back side of the flower. That way it can be removed and it can be interchanged with something else. Okay, so this is just hook and loop. Now I'm going to put the loop side in the bracelet, and I'm gonna use some of this Loctite glue to secure it. This one fits in just beautifully. Probably use some gloves so you don't wind up with glue all over your hands. Sacrifice the eraser. Again, hot glue would work as well. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to make an alternative if you don't have a bracelet available to you. I'm going to show you how to make a strap for your wrist pincushion. Measure your wrist, and I'm going to cut mine 10 inches in length and 4 inches in width. I'm just going to give myself plenty to work with. I'm going to grab some interfacing and interface the strip. I have attached the interfacing. The next step is to turn the short ends in by 1/4 of an inch and press. Okay, then you're going to fold the strap in half and press it. Try not to burn yourself. Then you're going to take the edges and press them in on both sides. Probably the easiest thing is to just start at one end, work your way down, and then fold in half again and clip. Okay, so before I take it to the sewing machine, and grab some Velcro and just cut off a section. This one is about 1.5 inches, so I might cut it a bit shorter. Okay, so I got it about the length that I wanted, which is about 9.5 inches. So 9.5 inches, and then I fold it, the ends in by 1/4 inch. On the panel, I'm going to put some of the Velcro, and I'm gonna sew around the Velcro on this side, so that when it's folded in, it'll be like that. Just imagine this is what it's gonna look like. Get your Velcro where you want it and pin it through only one of the layers. Okay, so I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine. I'm gonna sew around the Velcro bits. So what you will have is your strip, and now the Velcro is attached like so. So I'm going to put another piece of Velcro in the middle so I can interchange the pincushions. Okay, so I sewed another piece of the hook bit a little bit further down, and the way I just measured it was I just kind of dry fitted it, but the goal was to get that centered so that when I attach different pincushions, it attaches. So now that the hook and loop has been attached, it's time to actually sew down the sides and the ends and put everything in its proper place. So I'm gonna use some clips. Okay, so next I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine and stitch down the edges at about 1/8 inch in from the edge with a 3mm stitch length. Here we go. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you consider making some for yourself. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos like this. Also, don't forget to drop some comments below. Show me what you've decided to make. In today's tutorial, oh, I forgot it. They're not that great to look at. They're just meh. So I'm gonna show you how to take it from meh. So come along and let me show you the surprise, not the surprise, the supplies that you need into my wrist. So not to mention, some steel wool, or depending on what you want your pincushion to do, other than hold pins, crushed walnut shells to keep their pins sharp. Are they coming here? Oh, no, okay. My house is not quiet.